You Mexican piece of shit. Those words destroyed a Hall of Fame career in seconds. Dan Issel thought no one would remember. He was wrong. At 76, the truth about what really happened that night might surprise you. December 2001. Dan Issel was basketball royalty, Hall of Famer, Denver Nuggets legend. His number 44 hung in the rafters. He was the team's all-time leading scorer and rebounder. Fans loved him. The organization trusted him. He wore multiple hats, head coach and team president, but success was slipping away. The Nuggets were struggling badly. They started the season 9-17. 5 straight losses piled up. Pressure mounted. Fans grew restless. Issel felt the heat building every single game. December 11, 2001 changed everything. The Nuggets just lost again. Charlotte beat them 99-96 at home. Another disappointing defeat. Another step backward. The 5th straight loss. Issel walked off the court frustrated and angry. Then it happened. A 23-year-old fan named Bobby Bowman started yelling, "You suck!" he shouted at Issel. The coach initially tried to brush it off. He blew kisses at the heckler. Maybe that would end it. Maybe the fan would stop. It didn't work. Bowman kept going. "Shut up!" he yelled back at Issel. That pushed the coach over the edge. The pressure exploded. Months of losing, months of criticism, months of disappointment. It all came out in one terrible moment. "Go buy another beer. Go drink another beer. You Mexican piece of shit," Issel screamed back. The words hung in the air like poison. Players tried to pull him away. Nick Van Exel grabbed his arm. Assistant coach Mike Evans finally led him to the tunnel. But it was too late. The damage was done. CUSA TV caught it all on camera. Every word, every gesture, every ugly second. The footage was crystal clear. No hiding, no denying, no taking it back. The video would haunt him forever. The video aired immediately. The station added warnings about offensive content. Denver saw their beloved coach lose control. The Hispanic community saw something much worse. They saw hatred directed at them personally. Issel knew he was in serious trouble. The next day, he faced the cameras. Tears streamed down his face. His voice cracked with emotion. "I take full responsibility for my actions," he said. "I'm sorry for the embarrassment it's caused my team, my family." He called his words uncaring and unchristian-like. The remorse seemed genuine. His pain looked real, but genuine wasn't enough. The damage was already done. The video was everywhere. The Nuggets acted fast and decisively. General Manager Kiki Van de Weghe suspended Issel for 4 games without pay. The fine hit hard, $112,000 gone instantly. Van de Weghe called it very severe given Issel's salary. The organization wanted everyone to know they took this seriously. The Hispanic community exploded with anger. Boycott threats followed immediately. State Senator Rob Hernandez called for Issel's resignation. The pressure kept building. One moment of anger had created a full-blown crisis. But Issel didn't just offer public apologies. He went deeper than most expected. He met privately with Hispanic community leaders. Face-to-face conversations. Personal requests for forgiveness. He looked them in the eye and owned his mistake completely. Something remarkable happened next. The anger started to soften slowly. Senator Hernandez changed his tune completely. After meeting with Issel, he said they felt good after talking to him. The boycott threats faded away. Leaders spoke about working together instead of demanding punishment. Issel even admitted he had anger problems publicly. He promised to seek counseling for his issues. Whether that actually happened remains unclear. No follow-up reports ever surfaced publicly. But the admission showed he understood this wasn't just about one bad night. The apology tour worked partially. The immediate crisis passed slowly, but the deeper damage was permanent and lasting. 2 weeks later, December 27, 2001, Issel resigned from everything. Both roles, coach and president, gone instantly. He didn't even attend the press conference announcing his departure. Van de Weghe spoke for him instead. Issel believed it was best for himself, his family, and the Nuggets that he step back. His coaching record during that second stint, 82 and 103. Not great numbers at all, But that's not why he left. Everyone knew the real reason behind his departure. The Nuggets bought out his contract entirely. He was making $2.5 million annually at the time. The deal ran through 2002-3 originally. They paid him to go away quietly. The exact settlement amount stayed private forever, but it ended his formal NBA career completely. Think about that for a moment. 30 years with the organization total. Player, broadcaster, general manager, coach, president. One sentence erased it all instantly. One moment of anger destroyed decades of loyalty and success. Issel never returned to NBA leadership anywhere. At 76, he's still waiting for another chance. No team offered him another opportunity. No organization took the risk on him. The video followed him everywhere he went. Google his name today. The slur appears in the first results. But he didn't disappear completely from basketball. His connection to basketball survived in smaller ways. He returned to media work eventually. ESPN Louisville hired him in 2021. He co-hosts Sports Talk with Dan Issel and Mike Pratt. Local appearances continue regularly. He still comments on current Nuggets games. Companies like Athlete Speakers list him for appearances and endorsements. Speaking fees and virtual meetings keep him connected to fans. He owned a horse racing team for many years. Life went on, just very differently than before. The broader impact runs deeper than one man's career. This happened in 2001, remember? Before Twitter existed, before viral videos were common, before cancel culture became a phrase. Yet the response was swift and severe. Society was already changing rapidly. Tolerance for discriminatory language was shrinking fast. The Hispanic community's reaction showed this evolution clearly. Initial outrage gave way to measured forgiveness after genuine apology. But forgiveness didn't mean forgetting completely. The incident became a teaching moment about accountability and respect. State Senator Hernandez said the Denver community at large has learned some good lessons as a result of the controversy. Even in crisis, growth was possible. Understanding could emerge from anger and hurt. Professional sports were changing too during this period. Athletes and coaches faced new standards constantly. Role model expectations grew higher. One mistake could end everything instantly. Issel's case became a warning to others. Control your temper always. Think before you speak. Cameras are everywhere now. The video element made everything infinitely worse. Without footage, this might have stayed as rumors. He said, "She said arguments forever." But CUSA TV captured undeniable proof clearly. Visual evidence eliminated all escape routes completely. The truth couldn't be spun or softened. This foreshadowed our current era perfectly. Every phone contains a camera now. Every mistake gets recorded instantly. Every outburst goes viral immediately. Issel faced tomorrow's world with yesterday's technology. The result was the same: immediate consequences and lasting damage. At 76, Issel carries this burden daily still. Hall of Fame plaques gather dust somewhere. Championship memories fade with time. But December 11th, 2001 stays fresh forever. Google searches prove it constantly. News articles reference it regularly. His legacy remains split between basketball excellence and human failure. Some might call this punishment unfair. One bad moment defining an entire life. Decades of positive contributions overshadowed by seconds of stupidity. The punishment continuing long after the original crime. Others see perfect justice served. Public figures bear extra responsibility always. Their words carry more weight naturally. Their actions influence others directly. Accountability demands consequences, even permanent ones sometimes. The truth probably lies between these extremes. Issel made a terrible mistake that night. He owned it quickly the next day. He apologized genuinely to everyone affected. He sought forgiveness humbly from community leaders. The community eventually offered grace partially. But grace doesn't erase history completely. His story teaches multiple important lessons. Anger management matters for everyone. Cultural sensitivity counts in public roles. Genuine remorse opens some doors. But some doors, once closed, never reopen again. Some words once spoken echo forever in history. Today's athletes and coaches should study this case carefully. Social media makes everything worse now. Consequences arrive faster than ever. Forgiveness comes harder in our culture. The margin for error keeps shrinking constantly. Dan Issel spent 30 years building a legacy carefully. He destroyed it in 30 seconds completely. At 76, he's still living with both truths daily. Success and failure intertwined. Achievement and shame combined. Redemption and regret forever linked. The question remains unanswered. Did he deserve another chance? Could genuine remorse have earned forgiveness? Should one moment define an entire life? You decide for yourself. But remember, cameras are always rolling. Words have real power, and some mistakes last forever in history. Like and subscribe if you want more stories that show the human side of legends.